right. Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? How are you? I apologize if my throat sounds a little rough. I have a little, I don't know, a little cold brewing or something like that. So, very grounded today, staying, just staying peaceful. All right. Hope you're doing well. Today on the tarot certification, we are going to go deeper into storytelling. Going to talk a lot more about how you see story. Okay, so if you want to learn tarot from me and if you want to jump on the certification, there's a link in the description box below. Tomorrow on the Ascension group, in the Accelerate Your Ascension group, I'm going to be talking about the 7 rays. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of Age of Aquarius stuff. So if you're interested in where we're going as a collective, Accelerate Your Ascension this week. Come on, bring it on. All right, let's see where we go. All those links are in the description box. Welcome to today's daily tarot message. I've been getting this over and over again. Spirit Guardian of Winter. Retreat. I've been seeing that card over and over again. Wow, Bluebird of Spirit. Bluebird Spirit. Bluebird of Happiness. Bluebird Spirit Happiness. Love it. And Spirit Guardian of the Autumn, letting go. So autumn and winter here. In the Southern Hemisphere, we had the fall equinox and heading into winter. The Northern Hemisphere had the spring equinox and heading into spring and summer. And that's kind of interesting. It's a little bit of allowing energy, even though spring is more active, right? We're actively doing things. We're actually getting out in the world more. It's more that kind of experience. But winter is definitely retreat energy, and fall is about letting go. So there can be some things going on right now, wherever you are on this planet, that are the opposite. So if you're in a spring kind of experience, you could be dealing with something in your family or in your life that is more fall or winter, right? Like someone being ill, or the closing down of something, or the breaking apart of something, or the letting go of something. You could be experiencing the opposite of where you are a little bit. Okay, so that might not be for all of you. That's definitely, I love that the Bluebird Spirit shows up, because it does feel a bit like, yeah, this is what needs to happen. It doesn't feel like resistance at all, which is beautiful. 9 of Cups underneath. Oh, there it is. 5 of Cups, Ace of Swords, Tower energy, the 8 of Wands, the King of Cups, Queen of Cups, Magician, Empress, oh my goodness, and the High Priestess. Okay, wow, wow, okay. So there is something here. I feel like you might be having an experience right now of something coming to an end. And you definitely, if this is you, you totally know it. I mean, Ace of Swords and Tower, it's really, you cannot ignore the Ace of Swords and the Tower. And the 5 of Cups is really about someone leaving you, or an experience leaving you, right? So now you see that moving forward, okay, I got to really embrace the next stage of my journey. What is the next stage of my journey? And for anybody who has gone through any kind of ending experience, which we all have, you know that there's sort of this like build up to something going, right? Like the end of school, right? We have tests, and we have cleaning out those lockers and cleaning out those desks. There's this whole preparation for the moment when it's done. It's not just like work coming along, and then poof, it's gone, right? There's all kinds of preparation leading up to that, and there's all kinds of preparation leading up to someone's passing away. There's all kinds of preparations. Things don't, I mean, the funny part of this, well, I don't know if it's funny, but the part of this that's really interesting to me is that we think of Tower as something that's sudden. But there's a lot of preparation that goes into building a tower in your life, all right? Or having a tower moment in your life. And this is a moment in time when you have like this aha. Okay, I see it. I understand it. I see it. And there it is. It's laying right there on the mat. You cannot You can't unsee this. The Nine of Cups underneath is a manifestation of spiritual path here, manifesting from the heart chakra. I really love this. And it's almost like an ending has healed your heart. I definitely feel that some of us have had a pretty stone cold heart for a long time, and then having an experience in your life with an animal or with a family member or something like that that just warms your heart, that shows you what life is all about, or makes you feel like this was just part of the cycle of life kind of thing. If you have those moments, then there is a realization of what's important, what really matters. When we come to those points in our lives, we really do have a sense of like, all right, priorities, right? Priorities. When moments come like this, graduations, weddings, funerals, whatever it is, whatever life passage we're talking about here, in the midst of letting go, in the midst of something that's the opposite of spring, right? The opposite of spring is a sense of what is happiness, what are we doing it for? You know what I mean? Like, what are we here for, and why is this such a powerful moment in time? It's like giving you a sense of, all right, I get some really crystal clear awareness of what's important to me. And when you do get that, it's a gift. It's a gift. Okay. When my mother was passing away, this is in 2002, I got the sense of how much more important it was for me to be connected to my home. And I was working in television, and you travel a lot and you get moved around a lot. It's kind of like the Army. I moved a whole bunch of times in my 20s. And it's really, it is a young person's game for real, because you're just uprooted all the time. And once you decide that, home and being part of a community or something, when I was in the news, I felt part of the community because I knew everything that was going on in the community, but I still felt a little separate because I was kind of being dropped into communities that I had never been to before, which is, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just getting the sense of this blast of like priorities and what's really important, being around your family, or being around people you love, or doing meaningful work, or, moving away from this kind of corporate job that's sucking my life and everything else, and doing something that's, actually has some meaning for me. And I think that there's a big shift going on right here. And I'm going to say it's happening over the course of this spring, where we're actually letting go of things. So there can be a sense in the Northern Hemisphere of us really letting things pass away, move away, or whatever, because they have been either blocking our happiness, or they have been creating kind of false narratives about what's meaningful, what's important to us. How much of our life energy do we give away to these things all the time? And it's only when we get kind of pushed by another part of our life to say, you know what? Why am I wasting nobody, on their deathbed, nobody ever said I should have spent more time at the office. That's not original. That's been very well worn kind of trope these last 20 years. But here's the thing. I think that what's going to happen here is, if any of you experience this moment, it's a crystallization of what's really important, what really matters to you. And I think that is such an important thing, because there's now a sense of a compass of what I'm manifesting. And the Empress and the High Priestess, this is, wow, I love this. Very spiritual, divine, feminine energy. Almost some of you may be opening up to spiritual gifts that you have been kind of afraid of or pushing away there because of, wow, their power to shift you, their power to change you, their power to expand you. And it's like, if I do this, then I'm blowing apart something I've already built. I've spent years building this kind of life, And I'm coming to the awareness that my spiritual connection is really starting to open up. I'm starting to see real truths in the world, in the universe. I'm starting to see the big picture. And I'm kind of even mourning the loss of me, the person I used to be, and moving into something much more deeply felt, heartfelt, something that's really important to you. There's a possibility, it's not just of things passing away, there's a possibility of real love showing up, and real love has the power to show us more real love, right? When real love shows up, we know the difference. That you don't even have to wonder at it. It's just this surge, this rush of compassion and joy and gratitude and all of this. So the King of Cups and Queen of Cups, Six of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Page of Cups. I do feel like some of you have come a long way to come back to the beginning. You've come a long way with all this journey, right? With all of this experience, and you recognize that a person who was at the very beginning of your life is really the right person for you. And it's been many, many years of kind of fighting this. I don't feel like this person was ever, evil or nasty to you or anything like that. We're not talking about the return of some kind of karmic. What I'm saying is that there is a person in your life who does hold that frequency. And when you kind of have this crystallization moment, you're in alignment with that person again, right? You've come a long way around to come back to the beginning. And I do have like 1, 2, and 3, the first 3 cards. Well, not the Fool. The Fool's already out there, right? We have the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Empress. So we're starting at the beginning here with this Ace of Swords. The Tower is blowing away any kind of stuck ideas or stuck thinking that has kept you in a paradigm that isn't loving or that is old. That's the thing that's falling away. And you might be in kind of mourning for the person you used to be. But really, this is what you're wanting. This is the wish that has been granted. If you're asking for true love, that person, I feel like you already know who they are. Someone who is from the past, someone who has been in your life maybe since you were a child or something like that. Now, this doesn't have to be a romantic love relationship, although I do feel that for most of you it is. It's just a reclaiming of your inner child. It's a reclaiming of love as healthy love. This is the blowing apart of stuff that makes for unhealthy love paradigms, and healthy love can now show up. Ironically enough, I feel like this, the surprise here, the message is, hey, you already know who this is. You already know who this is, okay? And the universe is bringing them back around. Four of Pentacles, Sun, Hierophant, and the Ace of Pentacles. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. This is an Akashic Records. This is a moment of destined, fated connection. And I feel like you don't have to do anything. The sun here, this may show up between now and summertime, the summer solstice, right? Because we have fall and we just had spring. The vernal and the autumnal equinoxes, north and southern hemispheres. We have winter here, and this is the summer. So it's sort of like making the shift, making the big change. The vernal equinox is equal night, right? We have this equal night, and 12 hours, 12 hours. The solstice is the shortest and the longest days. So these two things, it's very, there's a duality here that's showing up. And the duality can be loss and great love at the same time. The duality can be spring and fall, winter and summer. The duality can be non-Taurus, right? Taurus, Queen of Pentacles, very 3D oriented or very 5D oriented. There's just a sense of a reckoning of this. And I love the Ace of Swords here. The Ace of Swords makes me feel like this is all going to make sense to you, that when the Tower comes through, it's going to bring a clarity that I don't feel like you've seen in a while. Okay, so I will continue on with this. Let's keep going and see where we go. There's a link below if you want to continue on with me, if this is your story. Pathfinders, we're just going to keep going.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.